everyone, welcome to episode number 47 of the Reseller Stew. Today we are going to be talking about what have we actually done to hit or start hitting our goals for 2017. Have we done anything? We talked about them. We were like, this is what I'm going to do for the new year. Have we actually done anything to get close to that? To do anything? Have we started? I don't know. So anyway, how's everybody? It's so good to see everyone.
I know.
We were just like hanging out before the show, and it was like, let's just hang out. We won't even go live. We'll just hang out. Because we don't, I think you think that we hang out like all the time together, but we only get together for the show.
Yeah.
Like we don't just like hang out every day, April, are you frozen?
We should.
Something happened with April.
At least she's frozen, smiling, happy.
I know, she's like smiling on YouTube. She's not there at all.
Oh,
I'm gonna pop out the chat here. So anyway, so how's everybody been? What have you guys been doing since the year started? We haven't had a show in like 2 weeks, right?
I know. Staying busy. Busy.
Holly doesn't do anything. She was like, she just had to stop watching her stories to come on. So.
Right? I am so happy school's back in. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Right?
They were going to kill each other and me along with it.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
I lied. Holly did come into a hangout that I did over the holiday weekend, and I told her, I was like, oh, I don't envy your life. And she's like, shut up.
She's like, I would never choose to do what you have to do.
She's like, wow, you're mean. I'm honest. I'm not cut out. I am not
maybe
cut out.
Deb really just doesn't like me.
No, I think it's amazing. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. Like, I know I can't. I'm not cut out for it. Like, I couldn't have like a little stair steppers. My kids are 5 years apart.
Yeah, mine too.
Like, I have 18-year-olds.
I don't know if I could start again.
I got 14-year-olds, and I've got 9-year-old. Like, they're spread out. I still feel like I was pumping out babies, and they're 5 years apart.
Like pregnant.
Yeah.
It's just kind of never ended.
So did you guys go shopping? Did you go shopping anytime at all?
I did.
What'd you get? Did you get anything?
I also did.
Okay, so I just got something this morning, but you're not going to be able to see all of it, but it's a Wagner ski suit. So it's green, it's long, it's like the pants are black, but I looked it up online real quick, and these go for good money. You see the tag? Anyway, I haven't decided if I'm going to ask about $200 or $300 for it, and I paid $9 for it.
What was it?
It's called a Wagner ski suit.
Oh.
I'd never heard of it before today, but I was in a store and I was like, okay, well, let me just type that in, see what they go for, and it looks like they go for good money.
Yeah, hang on, let's look that up. Wagner ski. And we'll go used. There's a lot more used than new.
Yeah.
There's only like there's like 300 new and then like 1,000 used.
Yeah.
Okay, some of these. Okay, let me share. Let's see if I can get the share here. Okay, can you guys see that? Can you see it?
I don't see anything.
You can see?
I can see. Oh, I can see.
Okay. These are, okay, so these kind of range. So it's not just like any old Wagner. You said you have a Wagner, April?
I do. And when I was doing, I actually just have a jacket, like a ski jacket. But when I was doing the research, I know the ones with the heavy embroidery on them tend to do better. But mine hasn't sold yet, and I don't know what it's listed for.
Okay, yeah. See, look at this one with the polar bears.
Yeah, I know.
And this one's all fancy. You can definitely see the difference in the ones that we were just looking at that were just kind of plain.
Mm-hmm.
And these ones are quite, wow, that's nice.
They're so loud. Those are ridiculous.
It's like, come on, Mima, let's go skiing.
I think this one must be from the 80s because look at the pattern. The green.
Are you gonna cross list that on Etsy?
I should, huh?
Yeah, I think when I was doing my research, I saw that some of them were going for a little bit more on Etsy.
Okay, I need to do that for sure. Thank you.
What about you, April? Did you go shopping? You're in a sourcing freeze right now.
I am. And I'm doing really well. I mean, I play a little bit, but I don't have any money. I have so many bills from Christmas, and I just bought a new car. So, yeah, I'm on a sourcing freeze, but I've been working on my backlog.
I haven't been thrifting. I felt awful because I had all those coupons for savers, and they expire like at the end of the year. And I had like 4 of them. I had 3, and then I actually got a gift from a subscriber, and she sent me like a gift card for savers and a coupon. And I was like, I felt like I had to go, and I just didn't, because I was like, I can't go. If I go, I'm gonna buy things. And I understand, like, I could save 30%, but I can save 100% if I don't go.
Right?
That's some good math right there.
Yeah. So I didn't go. I did stop at a Goodwill. When was it? I was somewhere. My days go away. My brain just takes the information, and it's like at the end of the day, it goes, "Is that important?" Nope. And then it just dumps it out, and it's not there anymore. Because I remember I bought like 3 things. I went to the thrift store and I bought 3 things, and that's not even normal.
How do you do that?
Yeah, I can't believe that is so unlike you.
Only 3 things.
Oh, I remember why I went, because I drove all the way out to another town to buy something that I oversold that was an RA item, and there was only one in the whole city.
Oh,
and it wasn't even in the city, and I drove all the way 45 minutes to go get one because I didn't want to cancel a $65 order. And there's a Goodwill on the way back that I haven't been to in like 2 years. So I stopped in there. And I bought a coffee maker. I bought... I don't even know. I know I put back a pinball machine. I don't know what I bought. But I've only bought 3 things. Because the coffee maker, I looked it up, and there was only 1 sold, and it had sold for $125.
Nice.
And there was none available. So I was like, okay, well, somebody wants this.
Yeah, get that listed.
Yep. And that was it. What about you, Holly? What did you do with all your stuff that you got from that man? If you're not familiar, Holly bought an eBayer's inventory that was stopping doing eBay, and she just bought it flat out. How did that go? Did you finish that up?
Yes, I am abundantly shocked, but I managed within 5 weeks to empty the unit and get it all listed. I actually hired my sister to help me list everything. So it was about 700 items. Yeah, it was a pretty intense month of nose to the grindstone.
You got it all listed?
Yeah.
Wow, that was a fast turnaround, Holly. That's great.
Yeah. We busted our butts.
Yeah. The deal is that he was going to keep the listings for you until the end of the year, right? And then you could copy and paste.
Yes, I did have a timeline before I would have to remeasure, rephotograph. and we made it. So there were a lot of late nights of mommy in her office and, Mommy, why do you have to work all the time? But you know how that goes. That's just kids. If I was playing video games, it would be, Mommy, why are you playing video games all the time?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got to sit and stare at them.
Clothes all the time.
Right? I said to my 5-year-old, I was like, do I just need to come downstairs and stare at you? Like, what? Anyway, so I did get everything listed. It's starting to sell through. So that's really exciting. So I was on a I called it a shopping fast, but sometimes when you haven't shopped in a really long time, you need to buy something or go thrifting just to kind of get that spark back. Just to kind of reignite that excitement about listing. So I went to the binge yesterday with a fellow reseller friend of mine who's also one of my close girlfriends. And we binged all day, and it was wonderful. I think the best thing I found was this audio Bible.
Oh, yeah. What's that going for?
Brand new, it's going for over $100, but used, they're going for about 50 to 75.
Nice.
So unfortunately, I did not check in the store because I was in a hurry. You know how the bins are. And it's missing 2 CDs. So I wrote the manufacturer and said that my kids broke them.
Oh.
And I'm hoping that they'll send me replacements for those 2 CDs.
Oh, wow.
So
I would have never
a complete unit.
Thought to do that. Yeah.
Well, I looked on eBay to see if someone parted it out and I could just buy this CD and that CD, but no one had.
You'd be surprised at how much you can accomplish just by contacting the manufacturer and telling them, I have this item, it is missing this. Mm-hmm. And my address is this. And that's it. And that's all you write. Like, you don't make up a story. You don't have to, like, my old grandma is in the nursing home and then it was her favorite. Like, I have done that multiple times where I've gotten things and it's missing a small piece or it's something broke or whatever. And I just send the company, like, I had gotten a Transformers. Everything was brand new. Transformers Play-Doh set. I sold that thing for like almost $100. However, the silver was either missing or like all dried up, and they don't sell silver in the store. You cannot buy silver Play-Doh. Like, just go to Walmart and buy silver Play-Doh. And so I sent them a message and I was like, hey, I bought this Transformers Play-Doh set and the silver is not there. And they sent me new Play-Dohs. They sent me 3 of them.
For free?
Yeah, for free. They just sent them in the mail.
Well,
but
I'm hoping
put your address, like, they don't need to correspond with you anymore, because you got to think about the way a customer service person has stats, right? And they have to like answer things in the first resolution, like resolve it in the first contact. Mm-hmm. So if you put, this is my issue, sincerely, Deborah Goitia, address, phone number, email, they'll just answer it. I've never had them like not just send me something.
That's very
I did
smart.
not put my contact info in, so that's a lesson I just learned.
Yeah, it really works because it lets them as the answerer, as the customer service person, get it resolved the first go round. And then
I did offer to
it's
purchase replacements.
I wish I would have known about this.
I have done that before with the For Real cats. I sent them a message. I said, hey, I have this For Real kitty. I said, and we changed the batteries out, and then the batteries have exploded inside. Do you guys sell battery covers? And they said, no, we do not sell battery covers. Here's a return shipping label. Send us the cat. We'll send you a new For Real pet.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So.
That's funny. Wow. Madeline got one of those for Christmas.
Well, complete versus not complete, we're talking probably a $50 difference. So I'm really hoping that the Bible folks will.
Please send me Jesus.
Yes, I need my Jesus. So that's my pickup for yesterday. That's like my big item.
Yeah. What do you think you ended up paying for it?
It was actually in their treasure chest area. My outlet has actually, they're starting to cherry pick a little bit. So they've taken like the stuff that's like new in the package and the nicer, higher quality stuff that they can like see. And they're putting it over into this other little retail space within the outlet. And they're calling it the treasure chest. So I went over.
Completely defeat the purpose of the bins.
Yes.
It does. It does. Like put it back on a truck and ship it back to a store.
Yeah, we don't do that. Like our bins is very like it's stuff from the store. It's because they have all the stuff is color coordinated and they pull them. So they'll go like sometimes I've gone to the store and I'm like, oh, they just cleared out because there's like the you know how they put the shoes on top of the clothing racks and it's through the whole store. And it'll be like 3 pairs of shoes on the top of a rack and you're like, oh, they just cleared out for the outlet. And like typically it is all store pools that go there and they just dump them. There is no special, you know,
treasure chest.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah, ours is also a donation center, so I'm assuming maybe instead of re-shipping that out to another store, they go through that stuff.
The just redistribution?
Yeah, unless like, you know, like Target donates stuff, maybe they donate directly to the distribution center, like to the outlet center, because our outlet is a monstrous old like Walmart size building.
Yeah, so is ours.
So, but anyway, I was in the treasure chest. I paid $9.99 for it. When I originally scanned it, I scanned it for Amazon. And on Amazon, it was selling for like $150 new. So I knew that it was something of value. So I just kind of grabbed it and ran.
Well, if they're going to treasure chest the stuff, they should probably check and make sure it's got all the pieces.
Right? I always check whenever I buy them now. I always check, you know, make sure all the discs are there.
Yeah, I should have checked. That is my fault. But the adrenaline of getting into the actual bins themselves was pushing me. But it was worth the trip to the treasure chest because I got a bunch of new in box toys that I could send to Amazon. So
yay.
I did pretty good at the treasure chest for Amazon. So.
All right. So let's get into, did you guys have any fantastic sales over the last 2 weeks? Things that you, oh, there's Yvon. Let's wait and ask Yvon if she went shopping. Hey, Yvon! Are you there?
Not yet.
I can see her moving. I can hear you breathing. No. Okay, we'll just move on. So did you guys sell anything really fantastic over the last couple of weeks? I didn't have anything really stand out besides like one item. I wasn't selling a lot on eBay that wasn't like all RA kind of stuff. I've been focusing mainly on Amazon. So I'm gonna have a lot of good stories. I have one. Wait, April, do you have anything that you sold? Do I need to bring up your store?
No, I got it.
You got it.
I didn't have any outstanding sales. The best one was that RCA disc changer, the CD disc changer thingy that sold for $130 that I paid $10 for.
I see
everything
those
else
all
has been
the time. Can you give us tips on those? Because I see them, I've bought them, they never work. Even when I tested them at the store, for some reason, by the time I get it home, it doesn't work.
This one was actually new though, like new.
Oh. I've never seen, you know, if they ever had one of those new at my store, it would be two situations. They'd either have it for $7.99 because they just priced it and the guy was just doing his job, or it would be $200 and it would be in the case. It would be one of two situations. Like,
yeah. I am like going through this huge breakup with my Goodwill right now because they're driving me utterly insane with their pricing. They have a bunch of Not Your Daughter's jeans in the case for like $49.99. And so yesterday I went in and I took pictures to them of Nordstrom online, Nordstrom Rack, where you can get Not Your Daughter's jeans for $15. I'm like, you're literally more expensive than Nordstrom. Cut it out. So
Yeah,
I'm not happy with it.
I don't know why they would be like that, because the beginning of the year they have so much inventory because everybody donates at the end of the year. So I don't understand why they would even try to price things where they're going to hang on to them, especially here that we just got a new outlet. So now we have 2 outlets, and it's like, why would you want to price things knowing that it's just going to end up at one of those outlets?
You know, I would never, ever come home if we had 2 outlets here. I would just, like, put a bed in my car.
That's how I feel. There's way too much. There's too much to source from.
Well, it was like at one point in time it was open 24 hours. So for like 6 months it was open 24 hours.
I'd be like, see ya at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you need mommy, go wake up daddy.
Yvonne, are you here?
Yeah, I made it. Can you guys hear me and see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry to be late again. I don't know if you saw my post in the chat.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, I saw that you got locked out of your stuff.
I did. I'm like, ah. So I'll discuss a new rule with Dad when this is over. Like, if you see curling irons steaming up and my phone's in there, my makeup and my clothes, go use the other one. So I'm sorry, y'all. Hey.
That's okay. You weren't here when we were talking about pickups. Did you pick up anything good while you were gone? Anything stand outish?
Hang on, let me turn this up a little bit. Hang on, sorry. Okay. Well, see, we missed last week, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was sick, and then I was sleep sick again.
Yeah, I hear you. The allergies have been just brutal. You guys know we had, like, if you watch the news, you know, over here in Colorado, we had like 60 to 80 mile an hour winds yesterday. It was just
That's crazy.
But anyways, back to the topic. So I haven't really been sourcing for probably a week and a half. And I went to the bins with my cousin, and then we went to the Ark. So I did last week. I wanted to talk about these crazy dresses that I found at the bins. It was in with the blankets and stuff. They were these big poofy tulle little girl dresses. I mean, they had like petticoats, and people were just tossing them aside, like looking through the blankets and the sheets. So I grabbed them, and it turned out they were little girls' dresses. And I already talked to you about it, of course.
What brand were they?
Remember the Daisy Kingdom?
Daisy Kingdom.
Yeah.
I want to show them because
Yeah.
I remember when you showed them to us, and I was like, those are awesome.
I know. You even said, hey, I don't do clothes, and even I would have known to throw those in my cart.
I would have totally bought those in a second, and I don't even do clothes.
Now, I will say that they did have like white cake frosting on them, like the girls wore them to a party, but hey, it came right out. It was just white, fluffy wedding cake frosting stuff, and it came right out. So I got those listed, and the best one sold within, like, I listed it at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and by the time I woke up, it was sold for full price. Not even a best offer sent in. So
okay, I found
sold
it.
What was full price? 48.
Yeah. And so those were bin finds. So what were they, like 75 cents a piece?
Wow.
So that was fun, right? That was fun. And I sold a dresses. Did you find it?
Yeah.
I am.
Isn't that awesome? You tell me you wouldn't have bought that. Like,
It's so cute. I've never heard of this brand, and I have a little girl.
Yeah.
You know, it has some history. It's nostalgic. It goes way back, and there's a little, I hate to say cult following, but there's a little cult following. Okay, they're pretty loyal to it. So
well, they're patterns. They're sewing patterns. So people
can do that if you want. Yes, you can buy them ready made, or you can buy the like the pre-printed panels. And so I did Google, and I found like the name of that one, the pattern number of the other one, and the other one's not as cute, so it's still sitting there. I've got it a little cheaper. It's still sitting there, but I've already done pretty well, you know, with stuff from the bins.
It would be something to research.
Yes.
You know, if you come across things like that, because I would think, and this is not coming from experience, but I would think that dresses like that would be great for like when they do birthday photo sessions and things like that. You know,
I don't know if it's quite a pageant proper dress, maybe for a lower end pageant.
Yeah, I don't think it's a pageant, but I would think
yet, but It's not
Like
quite.
cottage style birthday type stuff.
Yeah. So even if you don't do clothing, say you do hard goods or whatever, or crafts, then keep an eye out for those Daisy Kingdom patterns. Any fabric panels that belong to Daisy Kingdom. There you go.
Okay. That's
That's probably
awesome.
my big standout that I kind of wanted to talk about because I learned something new.
I sold something that I always pick up. So this is one of those ones that I always pick up, and it always sells for a decent amount of money, and they're generally pretty cheap, and they're easy to spot. So if you see these dandy caterpillars, they're long, they're, I don't know, 3 feet or 2.5 feet, 2 feet maybe. They're longer caterpillars. They're by Dandy. I picked up 2 of these at the same time. The other one was what that minky, it's minky, right? Minky material, like where it's a little bit shiny and a little bit furry and soft. But it was like more flat. It was like flattened out a little bit. And that one sold for more money. It actually went over, I think, on Bonanza or True Gather, one of the other ones. It didn't sell on eBay. And I think it sold for like, I don't know why it was more expensive because I priced them the same, but I know it sold for more than $29. So I don't know if something happened in like the sync that it mispriced it or what. But I always pick these up and they're really easy to find. Like you can spot them a mile away because they're big.
Yeah.
But they're not too big that you have a hard time packaging them. You can just put them in a regular priority box and just put them in there. You know, like put them on their side and curl them around. And they fit in a regular, you know, what is it, 12 by 10 or whatever priority box. And they're like 2 pounds, I think, to ship them. But I only paid $2.99 for that. And I find them quite often, like at least once a year. So I know I've passed them up because I stopped buying them because I forgot about them. But it sold pretty quickly. I think it was less than 2 months.
Sorry I disappeared there for a minute. I didn't want to get crushed live on YouTube while I was playing bin Tetris.
We would
to
have
get
gotten
to
way more viewers.
that bin. So I thought it would not be good that I'd be screaming for help and you guys don't know my, well, I guess some of you know my address, but you couldn't really send me help if I would have been crushed.
I'm going to change the title to like Reseller Avalanche.
Right?
What about you, April? Did you sell anything great?
No, I just sold the CD thing I told you
Just
about.
the CD thing. Okay. Sorry. I know you said that. And then I'm not here today. I don't know where I am. I think I'm still in there sleeping. But
I sent you one, Deb, if you check your Facebook.
oh, okay.
Can I ask a question if we have a lull here?
Yeah.
If I missed it, then just stop me. Okay, because we haven't done a show for a week and a half or so, but I was watching April, her account, and did you already talk about that coat? Because I really wanted to hear about that coat that you sold. Oh my gosh, for like $450 or something.
No, it went for $375.
Yeah. No, like have you already talked about that?
We did. We showed it the last show of last year, was it, ladies? Deb?
That was when you bought it, though. We didn't know you
Yes.
sold it.
Well, I took an offer. I'm trying to think. Was that? I had to be running at least a 30% off sale initially, and then the sale expired, and the person who wanted the coat wanted it for the sale price. You know how that goes. And I had already told her that I would do free shipping. I didn't realize that it was going to cost me $50 to send to California. But what are you going to do? Paid $25. I made $325 before fees, profit. But the lady that it went to absolutely loves it. She's thrilled. She's super, super happy. She's getting ready to bust it out for all sorts of events. The second Lily Ann piece that she owns, and like seriously, I couldn't have a happier customer. So at the end of the day, sometimes I like to see that type of item just go to somebody is gonna, bring them joy for years to come.
What was the brand? Lily Ann?
Lily Ann.
Lily.
Yeah, I've sold one of those before too. I had a red one.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
That's so
I don't
sweet.
know. It's been a long, long time ago, but it didn't go for that much. I want to say it was probably under 100, maybe 75 or so.
Yeah, there's so many different tags, and like the ones from the 60s and the 70s, they're good money, but they're not crazy money. But these from like the 50s, like I could have held out and eventually gotten $1,000 for that coat. I could have, but I ain't got time for that. I don't. So I let it go.
Yeah.
So here's Holly's. This is your sale, right, Holly?
Yes. That is one of the items that I got in my giant lot. So essentially I paid less than $1 for it, and it went for 50 bucks.
Because you paid $500 for everything. Right?
Yes. That is a Ralph Lauren beautiful little like golf tennis type dress. That was really pretty. I don't know Ralph Lauren, but I have a lot of it.
And then this one is yours, Tonya.
Oh. Okay, yeah. So this just sold like 15 minutes before the show started. It's a 2005 Harley Davidson Touring Model Service Shop Manual, and I think I paid $1.99 for it. It sold for $71.99. I'm running a 20% off sale on the books in my store right now, so I was happy with that.
So how did you? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, always pick up those service manuals, because if they're not worth anything on Amazon or they seem like they're ranked really high, if you put them on eBay too, I mean, you're going to have good luck with it. I've always had good luck with the service manuals.
Yeah, it's good to try to find service manuals of things that aren't current. Like, because I mean, they're just not there. Where are they going to find them at? You know, and they get used a lot, so they get damaged.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, our service manual that we had for our car, because I originally had, like, an old car. I had an 84 Ford Crown Victoria, and I had the service manual. That thing was beat to heck. It was just, like, because we were constantly doing something with that car. And
yeah.
Okay, so Yvon wanted us to talk about what we have done so far towards our goals, or steps that we've taken to try to reach our goals that we talked about back in December. I don't remember what my goals were, but I do know that I have made progress. I think one of my main goals was this office. I think I should have went back and watched it, but I didn't have time. Do you know what my goals were, Yvon?
Well, they're always to organize your office. We do know that, and it looks awesome. It looks great. Oh, you know what? You had a new series idea, and you implemented that the other day. That was fun. That went over well. I did.
Yeah, that was one of my goals. One of my goals was to expand a little bit more onto YouTube, and so I did start a new series the other day called Browsing for Bolos, and it's basically just doing like cold calling eBay. It's like it's like just like straight up like, let me look up, you know, forks and then seeing what's there, you know. So
yeah, it was fun. I learned something from it myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do another one either today or tomorrow, because I wanted to do at least like 2 or 3 times a week, but I got to figure out how to make them shorter, because I think it went on too long.
Well, as long as you're talking and describing what you're looking at, so that I can don't have to just stare at the screen. I can get up and work too. I'm good. Talk all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I've been having a really hard time finding things to watch on YouTube, because I don't sell clothes, and it seems like YouTube is it's like 90% clothes or Amazon. It's those 2 things. And then finding something else that's not those 2 things is really hard. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to watch. I've been trying, and I just started watching like motivational stuff. I was listening to an NPR series yesterday called How I Made It. And it's like all the successful, like the owners of Instagram, and the creator of Spanx, and the creator of Cliff Bar, and it's like their story of how they started and got through their.
Was it on the radio or on YouTube?
It's on NPR.com. It's on the radio, but they have the podcasts on.
Oh.
NPR.com. I posted it over on the Pinching Pesos page yesterday because it's really good to listen to. It's very cool.
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Which one of them started with a lowly little eBay store from their house?
BHFO or whatever. I don't think that was on there though.
Linda's Stuff. She started that way too. Linda's Stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I be the next Spanx creator?
Yes,
That's
actually,
cool.
yeah.
Listening to them talk about how they got their idea moving is very inspirational. If they're not dealing with eBay and reselling and all of that, it really is reselling. It is selling. You know, you have a product, you have to sell it. No matter if it's an app or it's an item or it's a, you know, whatever. And listening to them like go through like their trials and how they kind of like listening to the Spanx lady talk about how she would actually like go into Neiman Marcus and stand there with her product and she wasn't even authorized to be there. And she was basically like, she said it was easier to apologize than it was to ask for permission.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
That's a nice motto.
Gary Vee. Yeah, I watch a lot of Gary Vee too, but his things are too short. I need something longer. I don't like having to constantly click back over to YouTube, and I need longer.
I like Gary Vee too.
Yeah.
I've been watching Rockstar Flipper lately too. He does like a wider rooms.
Does he? I thought he was closed.
No, he does like whatever. And clothes.
I thought he was predominantly closed. Maybe I need to pay more attention. So, April, what were you going to do for 2017? What were your goals and what have you done so far?
I am working on a reorganization / inventory management system project.
That sounds official.
I try, girl. I try. I was showing you guys before the show the bins that we ended up going with. Are these things?
Oh, I saw those at Lowe's and I thought about those.
Yeah. I personally don't spend a lot of time at the unit. So I try to leave some wiggle room there for what people think is best. And that's the solution that was agreed upon. So I have like 10 of those that I bought. They were on sale last week. I have a box behind me of stuff that I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think it's stuff that I pulled that I need to donate. And there's a bag in my bedroom of items that I have pulled that I need to go through eBay, make sure that I deactivate the listings and get them out of here. What I've done an amazing job of is clearing out stuff. I mean, I'm in the living room right now and I usually can't.
I thought you were at your office, like at your job. You're in your house?
I'm in my apartment. Yeah.
Girl, go April.
Yeah. I live here now. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I've made progress, not as much as I want, but for the first probably 2 months of the year, we're just going to be scaling back to a certain degree and getting organized.
If you're reorganizing right now, is a great time to buy shelves and boxes and bins and whatever it is else that you need to organize, because they do, like, at the same time that people start doing, like, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to run a marathon, they also try to clean their houses and organize their stuff. And all of the stores are full of shelving units and bins and all kinds of stuff that they don't normally have there. I noticed at Costco when I was there, what was the toy section for Christmas has now become shelves and plastic totes. So yeah, it's a good time to buy those. That I know Lowe's was running, or Home Depot was running a special on shelves, just like
everything.
I am such a shelf like I don't need any more shelves, but I was there like I need to buy some of these shelves. Like, they were a good price. I was gonna take a picture of them and send them to you. I was like, these shelves are $19, like, because they were normally like $39.
Yeah.
Man. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad I saw the pitch that you were doing your storage unit, and that's gonna be so much more helpful.
Oh, you know what else we did? You are the only person that have seen our second house, Deb.
Oh. You did that?
You're talking about out of sight, out of mind. Like, we have a whole second house that we're just using as storage. So we started cleaning that out and either getting rid of stuff. Some of the stuff I've brought it here and like processed it, and some of it I've even sold. So that's pretty amazing.
That's awesome. That's okay. If I had the picture up here, I would show it to you if Ava wouldn't kill me. But I don't have the picture. But just saying that it's done. Okay, when I talk about my office, and even on its worst day, it didn't compare to that. So I am shocked.
Yeah.
What about you?
Together.
What about you, Tonya? What is your big goal for 2017, and what have you done so far?
I am going to get organized for taxes. So I plan to meet with a tax professional, and I've been using that Mile IQ app to track my mileage so I can stay on top of that. And that's the big main thing for me for 2017 is to get organized on paper.
Awesome.
Yeah, it needs to be done.
Yeah, I have a similar goal. I have to work on my husband's accounting for his business. Mine is pretty much under control. Like, I have the Easy Auction Tracker. I got GoDaddy. I keep my receipts. I know my mileage. But with his stuff, since I'm not physically there, and I just get handed receipts like this, I don't know what's happening. And so I've got to get a system for him. And just working on more putting in my inventory of like actually putting it in when it comes in and putting it into the spreadsheet. Bless you.
I think I'm done.
I'm so proud of you. So when are you meeting with the tax professional?
I haven't made the appointment yet.
Make the appointment. I'm going to harass you every day. I'm going to put it in my planner to harass you about going to.
Well, let me tell you what happened. So I let Kurt make the appointment. And somehow or another, we drove all the way out there. It's out there by my antique booth, so it's pretty far out of the way. And the appointments got flip-flopped with somebody else, and so we didn't even get to meet with her. And then I was mad, I was so mad. I just haven't called back to make the appointment yet, but I will. We'll get it all worked out.
What about you, Yvon?
Well, so you guys know that I finally got my merch account. Oh my gosh. So what I talked about, is that I got to get the time and energy from somewhere. So I said I was going to close down my Posh store, even though I had a few sales. And I don't want to throw any shade on Posh because I can see how that can work. Well, I see people doing it, first of all, and I had some success myself. But, the time and energy, you got to get it from somewhere. And so I did close that down. And I'm in merch, but they're still on lockdown, right? Tonya, I didn't check today. We can't upload yet, right?
No.
So I took Tonya's advice, and I'm still putting my designs up there so that they know, hey, okay, she was serious. She really did want her account. She wasn't crying and pouting for nothing. So I am uploading or like putting my drafts or designs, and I'm checking it every day to see when I can hit that go button to go live.
Yes.
I'm so excited about that. So I'm watching a lot of merch YouTubes, and I'm following up on my merch groups that I joined a few months ago in preparation for this awesome event. So I did that. There was something else. Oh, I did kind of launch my channel, so to speak, with my first interview. Thank you, Tonya, for moderating. And I think some of you showed up to help. That went great. Gretchen was awesome. Karin was awesome. Caitlin didn't make it, but Casey, first class as he is, he dropped off Daphne, his mom, rock star. That went really well. So, and then the other thing that I need to do is I have to do my taxes a little earlier this year because, do you guys remember I got engaged? Do you guys remember Steve proposed a few months ago in the spring? So we're going to get married this spring. So I got to plan a party, and I need to do my taxes early because we're going to go to it. And plus we have my dad here too, and I'm running his estate. And so we're going to go to a tax guy and find out what is it? Okay, Yvon has businesses, and then, what does all this mean? What's the best? I'm going to be real forthcoming. Should we even really get married at this point? You know what I mean? Financially. So we have that pending. That's pretty big and important.
Yeah.
So I did take, oh, and the other thing is I want to try to, if I'm going to grow, I need to find something wholesale and quantity and replenishable, possibly. So I did register with the Denver Merchandise Mart. Now I do know how to be a buyer because I had retail stores in Dallas. So I went to the Dallas Mart all the time. I know how that works. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers. We'll see. There might be something in there. I remember those days. There might be something in there for me. So I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
So that's enough for now, right? That's enough.
Yes, that's a lot.
Oh my gosh.
Yvonne's like, okay, so I'm going to restructure my life, and then I'm going to get married, and then I'm going to...
Yeah. Is that enough, y'all? Thank you.
What about you, Holly? What are you working on?
I also can't exactly remember what my goal was. I don't think I said anything that concrete per se. Yeah. My goal was perpetual movement forward in my business. So we're definitely doing that. Organization. Yes. I am an organized mess. It's like chaos.
It looks organized to me. It looks great. That's a great system.
But there's so much. It's so much. Anyway, I have, because this is going to be a really big year for our family, I have a lot of really more personal goals. But I obviously do need to keep the business flowing and going, and I don't want it to just come to a screeching halt when the baby comes. So, yeah, I guess I'm just still trying to consistently work and be consistent and try to keep listing not 500 items in a month, but try to keep listing.
You should really keep that going. That would be a good
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just never see anybody. It's cool. Like just slide food under the door. Sorry, kids, you have to make your own food today. Good luck. Yeah, so just trying to keep organized. I need to jump back on my Amazon because I kind of let it lapse for the last 2 weeks. So Deb's been kind of motivating me from her central command center over there to get my Amazon game back up here. So yeah, just perpetual motion forward, getting things done. We found out the gender of our baby, which was a surprise. We weren't really trying to find out. It just kind of happened. Now we know how we're going to configure our bedrooms and move things around here in the house. So we have a lot of personal goals to try to get done before May. But my cruise is coming.
Yay!
Yay!
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh no, we lost Tonya.
You mean all paid for, Holly? All paid for? Good to go.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
Yes,
if you weren't watching, Holly is going on a cruise with her family, and she paid for it all with Amazon money, correct? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
We leave on the 27th.
Oh, that's coming up.
On the 27th. We didn't have much planning time because you can't get on a boat when you're like, you can't be past 24 weeks. So we had to like bump it up so that we could all go before the baby comes. Then you have to wait 6 months after the baby comes. So we had to crunch it in January.
That's awesome. So I'm trying to think what my goals were, but I know I'm all, like Yvonne said, I'm always organizing. I'm always trying to keep more organized. And I did work on my office for 2 weeks, and then I turned around and worked on it again because I wasn't satisfied with it. And I went ahead and I bought these bins because one of the things and the goals that I had was that I didn't want to work in a warehouse. And so I've been slowly progressing where like I decorated my desk. I set up another area that was decorated. It has like a Zen garden and a fountain over there. And I bought these bins because I didn't want those plastic totes in here that are just full of stuff. And so I got those. And so it actually runs all the shelves. So there's, I think, 16 of them. And there were some up there, but I didn't have my shelf screwed into the stud. And it totally fell down when I put boxes up there. But my husband got it into the stud, so I need to get him back up there too. So that was one of the things, and so I was really happy about that. And then another thing that I've been working on, and I did really good yesterday, was just kind of getting out of my office. And so what I did yesterday is I got to a point where I had things that I needed to do because I have an Amazon shipment that I'm working on. I've been working on Amazon for the last month because I really needed to take a break because I need to reassess my eBay. I was talking to Nicole State about it yesterday because she was talking about some promotional things and promoting your store and promoting this. And I said, you know, you really can't promote if you don't have a niche. You know, I don't have a niche. I'm a general store. So I can't set up Pinterest boards and do social media marketing the way that you can if you sold stilettos, you know, or if you sold, you know, all I sell are men's blazers, or all I sell are hair accessories or whatever. If you don't have a niche, it's really hard. Or even if all you sell is just clothes. But if you don't have that, it's really difficult to try to, you know, do any type of marketing, you know, that helps you generate income or even get off of eBay. And so that's kind of I'm refocusing, and I needed some time to be able to do that and still make money. So I've been focusing on Amazon for like the past month, and just so I have some time and I don't go broke. But last night when I got really unproductive, I got to a point where I wasn't doing anything anymore, even though I needed to. You know, I knew I needed to do some things. I wasn't. I was just sitting here. So I actually left. I left the office and I went into the living room. I was like, Maria, come on, let's play. I was like, let's play Mario Brothers. And so we sat and played Mario Brothers for like 2 hours. And that is kind of like what I'm working on, of just like recognizing that I've reached my point of, okay, work is done and I need to get out of here. You know, because I don't know if you guys struggle with that, but I do a lot where I have things I need to do, but I've gotten to the point that I'm mentally done. And so I just end up sitting here instead of actually just like going, okay, this is done and we'll move on and do it tomorrow. Do y'all do that, or am I the only crazy one?
No, I'm like that. When I start making typos on my listings, you know, then I'm like, okay, that's it. Do something else. Take a break. You're done with this for now.
Yeah, I think I just
I have the opposite problem.
that you
My
don't
office
have.
like calls to me. It's like, come, you have work to do. And I'm like, but no, I have to take care of these kids. You know? So I wish I could get in here more.
Yeah,
Typos or no typos, it's work done.
Yeah, I have where I kind of like I get in here and I do things and then I'm like, but I need to, because I don't have like a break time. It's not like where when you have your job and you're like, okay, you take a break here and then you have lunch and then you take a break and then you go home. I just have go into office, spend day in office, and then go to sleep.
I don't get like a whole day. Yeah. If I had a full day, I definitely would feel that way. that's just not
Prairie
how I get to
Picker Girl
experience
says,
things, unfortunately.
sorry. Prairie Picker Girl says, my typo yesterday was supposed to say die lot and it said buy pot.
I just told her sold.
Right? That might work.
So another thing that I was working on was moving my death piles basically out of here. So I moved all of that stuff outside. So everything that's in here is new. Like it's stuff that I'm actively working on, and then it's being sent to Amazon. Or I mean, there's literally there's that boat that I picked up off of Facebook. That's a Barbie sister cruise ship. And there are 2 bins. That one has 2 pairs of shoes in it, and that lion or tiger. And then there's another bin that has a coffee maker in it. And I mean, there's literally like less than 10 eBay things in here right now.
Did you label your bins?
Wow.
No.
Okay.
That's a handle. I think, yeah.
Okay.
That's a handle. But no, they're not labeled.
Now,
So
you
that's,
do more on Amazon than eBay, right? Because we always talk about eBay because I think that, don't you do more on Amazon? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you do,
no,
right?
I'm an eBay person, but whenever I go through periods of time when I'm trying to take an eBay break, it can be really easy for me to just transition, pump some stuff over to Amazon and not have to be like, oh my God, I have no money.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of what I did because I knew in January I was going to be reevaluating things. And I had been doing that over the last couple of months where I've been making progress into, okay, I need to change my focus. I need to do something. I honestly feel like I'm on a sinking ship. The water's coming in. And instead of like getting buckets, I'm just getting a new boat. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear you. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that, but I hear you.
so that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for a new boat at the moment is what I'm doing. I don't want any more buckets. You know, we're not scooping the water out anymore. And so I needed some time to reassess. And so I was like, okay, I found some products to sell, you know, over on Amazon, and I've been doing that quite successfully. So I'm really happy about that. I'm at my 30 days at $6,000. So that's double what I typically do on eBay. So
Yeah, you've been kicking Amazon's butt.
and me and Amazon have been friends. And it's always kind of been like that. My relationship with Amazon has always been back and forth. So because I can't do both at the same time. I can't be one of those people who's like, oh, I listed for 2 hours and then I did an Amazon shipment. I can't. I have to either do one or the other. So I'm not able to work on both platforms at the same time. And so, yeah, my relationship with Amazon has always been kind of back and forth where it's like, oh, I sent a whole bunch of stuff to Amazon and I didn't do anything on eBay, or I'm doing 40 listings a week, but I haven't sent a shipment to Amazon in 6 months. That kind of thing. That's the relationship we have. So.
Yeah, I have the same thing. I can't do both.
My eyes are like watering. My allergies are killing me. I think that's why I feel like I have there's like a fog over my face. I don't know where Tonya went.
I was going to say, what happened to the girls?
I know.
They said that their computer's reset.
Oh. So we had a question over in the chat from earlier from Connie Nicholson, and she said that she needed some advice that I don't know if we'll be able to give her good answers to. On the best way to manage time with kids. She says, I do college, I do eBay and Poshmark, and then I have a family life.
That's hard.
I know we did a show with Holly a couple, 2 months ago, where Holly went over how she handled, because Holly, you have, how large is your family? You're 4?
We have 4 kids, and we have one on the way.
Yeah. And so
I'm a full-time mom.
And what?
I'm a full-time mom.
Yeah. And eBay and Amazon. So we did a show with Holly about 2 months ago. If you want to go back and look at that, we're trying to discuss with her about how she manages, because you do a really good job of doing very focused, kind of work time. It's like, I have 45 minutes and I'm going to do this in 45 minutes. I don't do that. Yeah. I'm like, I have 45 minutes, and then my brain goes, that's not nearly enough time. We're not going to do any of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm never just doing one thing. Even though I'm talking to you guys, I was packing my stuff at the same time. It's not because no one thing is worth all of my attention. It's just I have so many plates sitting in front of me, so I have to be able to multitask. But one thing that I did, Connie, that I don't know if you have any children at home, but I do have a 2-year-old. So she usually is at home. So the best thing that I've done recently is to have her go to family 2 or 3 days a week so that I can have work time. This also is a good thing for me mentally because I can run to the grocery store alone. I can go out and source alone. Sometimes I'll just go and have lunch alone because I just need to be alone.
I did that when Maria was little. When I went and got a job when she was 18 months old, just doing 2 days a week for 3 or 4 hours. And it wasn't for the money. All the money did was pay for her childcare. I just needed to go out into the world and talk to other adults.
Right. It's also good for me to know that today I have from this time to this time. So what are you going to do with that time? Are you going to make it work? Are you going to you know, are you just gonna sit on your butt and watch like the TV show you've been obsessed with? Sometimes that happens, but you know, so I have very focused work time where I have to get my stuff done. So I'm constantly trying to keep the wheels spinning, you know. But it is a very, very, very delicate balance. So if you have anything that you do, Connie, that works for you, I'd love to hear that too.
I think that a lot of people that I've talked to that are pretty successful with being productive do like blocks of time like you do, where it's like, I have an hour, I have half an hour, I have 90 minutes. What am I going to do with these times? I know Nicole gets on to me about that all the time. She's like, well, did you block out your time? And I'm like, what blocks? What are you talking about? You know, like, I'm
Does
like,
Nicole have one at home?
Yes.
Does she list and stuff while her kiddo's home and she's watching her primarily, or is her husband?
I know she goes to she has preschool now, but it's like a short day. It's not something that's there all day. I think it's only like a 3 or 4 hour preschool type thing. So I don't know, but that you can check out her channel and find her out on that. I just know she gets on to me about that, and I'm like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could be like, oh, I have this amount of time and I'm going to do this with it. But, and it's something I still strive for. It's not something that I'm sitting there going, I'm not good at that, so I'm just not going to ever do that. You know, I know it would work for me. I just have to figure out how to make it work for me. So.
I don't do it at all. I mean, I have a general idea of what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to be strict on myself. That would be beside the point of why I want to be, you know, why I'm in business for myself.
Right.
I think the goal for me, and what I've started realizing is that my goal is not to build an empire. My goal, I had to go back and look at it and say, like, well, what was I doing this for to begin with? And it was like, oh, so I had freedom and I could pay my bills with my freedom, you know, and
Yes.
not to, oh, I cranked out 100 listings, you know, no, that's not what I was trying to do, you know? And, so that's something I'm reevaluating, because I've noticed a lot that I was like, I'm spending less and less time doing things that I enjoy and more time sitting in here pretending like I'm doing something, and it's not good for anyone, you know? So I'm like, I got to figure out the reason why I need to block some time is because I can say, this is when I have time to do this, and that's the only time it's getting done. And I'm not going to let that bleed into the rest of my life, you know, in that, oh, I can't go play video games with my daughter, or I can't just go sit there and watch, you know, This Is Us or whatever, which is on tonight. I don't even watch things when they come on TV, but I binge watched that. Oh, like I watched all of them in like a day. And then now I need to see what happened.
That's what I do too. So, because you can save time right there by DVRing or whatever's best, and skipping all those commercials and stuff. Like, that's a time saver right there, you know, to still have your entertainment value. Is Connie still in the chat? Is she still with us?
I don't know.
Because I would tell her, you know, just you have to be really brutally honest with yourself about, yeah, why did you get in this? Why do you want to do it? Like, what are my limitations? And sometimes it comes down to, I don't know how right now to make more money with my side hustles. So if I need more money, at this point, I'm going to have to just cut back on bills instead. I mean, it's just, and you're good, and you need help. I'm looking at her list again of everything she does. You can't do that all by yourself. So I hope you have help.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Let people help you.
I was doing that last night too, and I was looking at stuff, and I was like, you know, with out of all this money that we've been bringing in over the last 2 years, and it's like money's flying at your face. I was like, we haven't done anything with it. We don't have any better, you know, all we've done is like get a newer car, and we went from a 1-bedroom to a 3-bedroom to this house, and then, oh, well, now we have nicer phones, and now we have cable when we didn't have cable, and I'm just like, we don't have anything. We just have another one of what we already had, and more debt, you know. So I was sitting there, I was like, and like last night I went into this like manic mode of like, I have to be debt free and I need to do this. And that's kind of like where I'm going towards, because that's what the situation I put myself in is not freedom. This is not for me to not be able to say, oh, I'm going to go do this today. I don't feel like being in this room. I'm going to go sit and watch TV. That's not freedom. If I'm sitting here constantly going, I need to do these things. I need to do these things, you know, with my business.
Thank you for saying that out loud. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older. I mean, I get the generation thing. When you're in your 20s, hustle. When you're, you know, I get it. But there's different phases of our life. And when you're in your 30s, you're like the money warrior. Like, gotta make that money. I mean, I get it. And I'm a little older, so the freedom part is where I'm at. So I really don't want to be like mean to, you know, anybody else at their stage in life of where they're at. But I just can't I don't really enjoy the get to work, list, hustle. I don't really enjoy that message right now.
Yeah, it's just not part of your goal. Yeah, we all have different lifestyles, and we all do this for different reasons.
Right.
You just have to stay connected to your why.
Yeah.
Why you started.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. I mean, we've talked about that. I know I've talked about it before on, you know, what is your why and you know, making sure that you're there. But anyway, we're running late, and I know, but Tonya was wanting to mention Nicole State is going to be on the green room tomorrow night. See, this was her job. I think it's at 8 Central. It's on the green. It's on Bonafide's channel, Bonafide Hustler's channel. I have no idea. She was the one that was going to talk about it, and I don't know. But it's tomorrow, Wednesday at 8, I believe, Central Time. I think. And you can go check out Bonafide Hustler channel, I think, for more information on that, because I don't know. And I think that's it. Anybody else have any announcements before we leave for the day?
Well, everyone have a good day.
All right. Everybody, thank you for joining us this week. I know it was a little off. We're just getting back into the groove of things. For some reason, it seems like when you take off for a week or two, all of a sudden it's like you're starting all over again. But anyway, we will see you all again here next week, Tuesday, noon Central Standard Time, where we babble on about something else. So everybody have a really awesome day. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye, reseller friends.